Hey YouTube, I am back with another video to encourage, to inspire, and to motivate, and to help you to catapult you to your next level, to your next dimension by tearing down the labels and the titles that life had put on you by your mama, your cousin, your sister, your brother, whoever put those labels on you. It's time to tear them off so you could walk in your true power, your full potential, and to tear those scales off of your eyes for you to see yourself the way that God sees you so you can walk in your true self, your true identity. But today, last week I talked about applying pressure, right? That God used the pressure to push you and to catapult you to your next level. And God also, when God is taking you to another level, He stretches you, right? And a lot of people may feel that stretching, that uncomfortable feeling. I'm not comfortable in this season. That's because you have outgrown this season. And God is saying you have now outgrown this season. You have did exactly what I needed you to do in this season. So now I'm shifting you to this next season. And this next season, I need you to learn what you need to learn in this season so I can graduate you to the next season. Let me tell you something. Growing with God and walking with God, you will never be comfortable. So you might as well be ready to be uncomfortable in different seasons because you're never going to be just comfortable walking with God. You're not. He's going to make you walk into doors that you've never been in. He's going to make you talk to people that you never talked to before. He's going to make you do things that you never did before. Why? Because sometimes when God sends us on a process of self-discovery, and finding your purpose and discovering your purpose and discovering your identity, it stretches you to believe higher than what you can see. It stretches you to see and believe higher than what you have known. It stretches you to think different. It stretches you to act different. It stretches you to talk different because he elevates you to next levels, right? And a lot of people say, new levels, new devils. Let me tell you something. Get that out your mouth. New levels, more angels, okay? The devil's gonna come. Of course he's gonna come. Why? Because he don't want you to operate in your true identity. He don't want you to operate in that power. So of course he's gonna come, but do not allow him to intimidate you because he can only do so much to you on that level. He's gonna come and test you, but that's because he come and test you. It's not for you to get discouraged, but for you to pass that test, for you to go to your next level, your next dimension. I want to go back to how you're feeling right now. Now, when God is finna elevate you, He usually deal with you in a way that you would deal with new levels and new levels and upgrades in the physical, right? Now, for me, when I was going to new levels, when I was going to kindergarten, I was going to first grade, second grade, third grade, of course, I was happy that I elevated. But however, I still went in this room with uncertainty. You know, you sit down in that teacher class. You sit down in that teacher class that you just your new teacher, and you sitting in her class or whatever, and you like, I don't know what to expect. So you got a little fear in you, not to fear to paralyze you, but fear of the uncertainty or what's going to happen with this teacher or what's going to happen on this level. Are you going to be able to master this level? Are you going to be able to study the way that you need to study on this level? Are you going to be able to articulate and speak the language that they have on this level? So exactly how you go into the doors in the natural, that's exactly how God's going to deal with you when He's taking you to the door in the spiritual. He allow you to alert you with those familiar emotions, those familiar emotions of you walking into new doors, because He wants you to know, He wants you to connect that you're walking in new doors. And I need you to be on alert, and I need you to be focused on me so you can know how to operate in this dimension, so I can train you how to operate in this dimension, because every level it does come warfare. But you have to understand, you have to know that God will teach you how to handle that warfare. And a lot of things we try to fight and try to handle in our own strength. And God is saying, let me handle this, and I need you to walk into those doors. So for me, when I was walking to new doors and going to new jobs and being elevated, when I went into my boss's office, when I went into a new teacher, I was often confused. I was not confused in a way of it wasn't a bad confused. It was confused of what's going to happen at this door. Am I going to be able to handle this door? I was operating in fear. Not fear to paralyze me, but fear of not knowing what's going to happen on this level, what's going to happen with this teacher. Is she going to be mean? Is she going to be nice? Is she going to be cool? So I was uncomfortable going into this door. But once the first semester or a couple of weeks go by, what happened? You get comfortable. Why? Because you know what to expect from this teacher. You know what to expect on this level. So you know how to speak on this level. So now you're comfortable. But exactly when you get comfortable, God will make you uncomfortable to catapult you to the next level. When you with God, you will never be able to just sit back and just enjoy the ride. He's going to make you uncomfortable because he wants to take you from glory to glory, faith to faith. And sometimes he have to make you uncomfortable to catapult you to the next level. Why? Because he's stretching you, them growing pains. When God first told me to go to YouTube, I want to know videos. For one, I didn't know how to work the technology. For two, I started off in my car. I didn't even have an office. For three, I didn't know what I was going to be talking about. So it was stretching me to hear the voice of God. It was stretching me to believe that he would give me a word every time it was time for me to record. It was stretching me to be consistent. It was stretching me to get in my word and to study. It was stretching me in different ways, right? So I was uncomfortable because he was stretching me and I didn't understand what was going on. But then when it was time for me to come to Facebook, and I'm like, man, why do I feel like this? Oh, he's stretching me and he's taking me to another dimension. Then when he had me start posting about my business, I was uncomfortable because I went from people not knowing me that I had a business to now market my business. And I have to learn how to market. I have to learn how to get strategies and get in his presence and be comfortable and knowing this is God telling me to post this. This is God telling me to do this. This is God telling me to do that. So I would get uncomfortable because he was stretching me to levels that I never been before. I was telling my business in front of people that I didn't want to tell my business in front of, right? So God was stretching me. So I was nervous. I was emotional, right? You know, you start kindergarten, you're emotional. You finna leave your mama, right? So you're emotional. You're going into another doors. You're afraid. You're going into new doors. You don't know what to expect on this level. You know it's greater, but you don't know what to expect. So you're emotional and your emotions is everywhere. Why? Because God is stretching you. And the reason why God is making you uncomfortable, because he's letting you know it's time to shift. You have learned what you need to learn on this level. Now it's time for you to go higher. Now it's time for you to pray different. Now it's time for you to talk different. Now it's time for you to think different. I need you to come in divine alignment with me so I can catapult you to your next dimension that you was ordained for. That's why you are uncomfortable. He's stretching you in your finances. He's stretching you in your thinking. He's stretching you in your faith. He's stretching you in your relationships. He's stretching you in your sacrifice for your finances. Don't come this way, baby. I'm recording. Hey, come this way. Go over there with my niece.
Yeah, Mike, almost done.
Yes, he's stretching you. And I know it's uncomfortable. But just because you was uncomfortable driving to that job interview don't mean you stopped. Just because you was uncomfortable when the manager called you in the office to give you a promotion don't mean you didn't take it. You're going to be uncomfortable. But just know it's time to take flight. That's why you're uncomfortable. The same feeling that you will get when you finna get on that highway. I mean, on an airplane. It's the same feeling that you're having now because you're finna take flight and take off to the next level, the next dimension. Don't be afraid. Embrace it. God is doing a new thing right now. And you're finna be at a better place. It's gonna stretch you. You're gonna be uncomfortable. But when you come out this level, you're gonna be uncomfortable again. Because he's gonna birth something else in you. I love you guys. Stay encouraged, stay inspired, stay motivated. Until my next video, which will be next week. And be on the lookout for my podcast. Right now I'm doing interviews. If you're willing to be, if you was raised in a dysfunctional area, in my podcast, I talk about parenting. I talk about domestic violence, healing from rape, healing from molestation, purpose, identity, in Christ. That's what I talk about on my podcast. So you want to be interviewed for any of those topics, or you want to be interviewed as an author, like highlight. I have author highlight, mom entrepreneur days to promote your business. If you want to be on my podcast, just comment on this video, and I can shoot over the information and get a date ready. Make sure you have a professional picture. I love you guys. Stay encouraged, stay inspired. Peace.